ArchieLuxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all that cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury live stream channel. What can I say? What can we do? It is, what can I say? Guys, servicing a large collection. I was having a chat to my good friend, the Zeal Tanzeel, and he told me that, guess what? He told me that he's just dropped his Patek off. That's the Perpetual calendar. And the servicing costs, it's 2,800 Canadian. 2,800 Canadian. What's that? Just over 2,000 US. Yeah, that's right. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's and that pulls to another thing. What do you guys do? What do you guys do? What do you do, guys? What do you do? It's expensive to service this shit. Okay. Now, some really nasty comments here. What the fuck? Watch out. I don't know who the fuck you are, but if you keep putting nasty comments, I'll just ban you. Let's have a look who else is. Bateman's there. Hey, Bateman. But jump on, Bateman. See if we get... watch out. You're gone. That's it. See you later. There you go. See you later. Gone. MT85, I dropped my Tudor Ultra and dented the case. 1,900 for the service, 1,400 for case. 500 movement. Fuck. Oh, that's not terrible. $1,900. That's not terrible. Hey, Bateman, how are you? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
There's this MT85. I dropped my Tudor Ultra and dented the case.
Ooh.
90. I don't think. I mean, look, if you drop something, that's not really their fault, is it? What do you think?
No, how would they service it? Would they completely replace the case, or what would they do?
Well, he says, I think he says they did replace the case.
Yeah, because 1,400 for a case is a lot of
Well, I mean, you're in no position to argue.
No,
really, are you?
That's right. That is right.
I am pinning the link now. And we've also banned Watch Out.
Well, someone's just put them on a timeout for 10 seconds.
No, I banned him. He can go get fucked.
Okay,
he wants to be a nasty fuck. Just go. Just get the fuck out of here. Go watch someone else's show.
Vicious.
That's
the
it.
punters are vicious. They're out for blood.
They're out for blood. See, this is the big problem. I was talking to Tan this morning. He sent his Perpetual in for service. It's a highly complicated watch. $2,800 Canadian.
Perpetual calendar. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's also not cheap. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean that's the cost of a brand new Seiko retail. But then again, no one pays retail for a Seiko.
By the way, I had a buyer for that Seiko I've got.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm losing $200, but
yeah,
I think just piss it off.
Well, as long as you got a buyer at least.
Listen to this. Hey, it's Bear. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, guys. Fetzo.
Yes.
We do not ban telling us we're fat. Okay? We don't do that, Archibald.
He's just nasty.
Oh,
No.
he's not nasty. He's just asking who is fatter, you or Laxi Poo. Laxi Poo is fatter. It's actually working in your favor. Okay? So don't get bitch now. Don't be a bitch. You're a cool guy, man. You're a tough guy. You're thick skin. All right? We do not ban people for fucking telling us we're fat fucks. We take it with pride. We take it with pride. We laugh at that. And we go on, man.
Fuck!
Right,
I forgot to take something out of the oven.
Would you? I don't know how you are, Bateman. I'm assuming you're not fat fuck like Archie and I.
I'm not. I used to be fat, but I'm not.
Okay, but do you think we should be banning people for asking who is fatter?
No, absolutely not.
Fuck
I think
no, man. That's not the ArchieLuxury, man. We gotta be free to say any shit we want.
Absolutely.
I mean, racism, okay, we're not gonna allow that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, doxing, we're not gonna allow that. But no,
but see,
man.
people calling me a fat fuck was what motivated me to sort my shit out. You know.
There you go.
What have we got there?
It was actually a positive reinforcement. Very good thing. Oh shit, that looks burnt.
Exactly.
What the fuck is that?
I put it in. I was supposed to take it out, but it got.
Is that a turd?
Oh shit, it's horrible.
That side's not too bad.
They got a few super chats coming in.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Super chat. Spinnaker, $5. $5. Man, is it great to see Bear on the stream. Miss you, mate.
Yes, we've
Thank
got
you,
two more.
Spinnaker. You're a good man, Spinnaker. We love you, Spinnaker. Thank you, man. That's a nice support. And yeah, he actually missed. You have one from Tan and one from Rich Mitch.
Here we go. We've got Eddie Tucked in Textiles, $2. Hi, Bear.
That's Tan. That's Tan. Hi, Tan. How are you, buddy? Thank you, Tan.
Oh,
And then
We've
we
got
have
Rich Kid, £2. Did you ask Tan to come back this morning? I'm
Did you?
working on it, okay?
Well, I talked to him because you were a total moron yesterday. So he basically said he's actually kind of happy because
oh, you cut out. I think we've lost the man.
Hello?
Temporarily.
He's happy. It's good to see he's happy. Bear, your comms are fucked us. It's from
Fuck
Jimmy.
this fuck die. Yes. Oh, we got Marcelo.
What the hell's he doing? We just give him the boot.
Nope.
Interesting. I got to tell you, does servicing costs worry you?
A little bit. I'll be honest with you. I've been told.
You've only got one.
Well, yeah, true. I guess, you don't really service Seikos, do you? But
What about your Rolex?
yeah, well, I mean this was made in 2018, right? So I'm a little bit worried. Shouldn't I be doing it every 5 years or so?
5 to 10 years.
Okay.
It's going to be about 1,000 Kiwi at least.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm not looking forward to that, but it is what it is.
It's keeping
I
good
enjoy
time,
it.
isn't it?
It's keeping great time, exactly. That's the main thing. You don't have to set a date, nothing like that. It's so easy. The only times you have to really change it is when there's daylight savings. It's perfect.
100% right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the best way to do it. You love that watch, don't you?
Absolutely. 100%.
It is a great watch. You're very lucky to have it.
Yes. No doubting that.
And it doesn't get better than that, really, does it? What a beautiful watch you've got.
No, thank you, but I mean, it could be a lot better. I mean, I look at other collections and I'm always wishing, oh man, that'll be really awesome to have. That's nice, I think
A
I
lot
would
of
like to
people
get
can't
another.
justify one good watch, can they?
No, well, I think a lot of people would just go for like an Apple Watch or something, Well, I mean, I guess those are not really in the
Amongst your
watch
friends,
enthusiast game.
do many people have a good watch?
Sorry?
Amongst your friends.
Yes, so I've got one friend who's got a 5-digit Rolex Submariner with the tritium dial, and he's also got a Tudor Root Beer GMT. I don't know if you've seen those.
Tudor Root Beer?
Yeah. So it's like a rose gold, and it's quite thick. It's like 14 millimeters thick, and I think it's 41 millimeter diameter. But it's a beautiful watch. He got that in Queenstown.
Tudor, yeah, great. That's a great watch. But he's got this 5-digit. How did he get the 5-digit?
He just bought it.
Yeah.
I think he there's a dealer up in Auckland that he went to.
That's pre-owned dealer, you mean?
Yes.
We got a super chat, MT85. Send it in when it loses time. AD promised me next GMT meteorite dial.
Wow.
That's a special watch.
That's the Pepsi, right?
Yeah, yeah. Meteorite dial. That's an amazing watch, that. I would... The problem is it's so expensive still, but...
Absolutely. But I mean, it's a beautiful watch, right? Absolutely beautiful watch.
Even if I could get one at retail, it's so expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't have the money to buy that sort of yeah, exactly. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Is that Kiwi dollars or what's your currency?
This is in US dollars. So if I go
60,000. Fuck me dead. Oh.
100,000 New Zealand.
That's a lot of money in New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not cheap at all.
Do people, what's the average yearly salary in New Zealand?
I would say it's about 70, 80 grand, I think, around there. Actually, no, it depends on what you're doing, but I guess a basic job you're looking probably like 50, 60. The dollar's going up.
Yeah.
No.
Average New Zealand salary is 66,196.
Yeah. I was a bit off there. Would you get something like this? It'd be quite heavy as well, wouldn't it?
I'm missing 100,000 New Zealand.
Excluding the duties, yeah, because those also cost a bit.
That's a lot of money. Cars aren't that ridiculous in New Zealand, are they?
No, they're not too bad. Not too bad. I was looking at a Jimny. It was about 30, 40 grand. Those are cool little cars.
Oh, what, sorry?
A Suzuki Jimny.
Oh, yes, they're expensive.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this is the big problem.
Yeah.
100 New Zealand. Fuck. That is a lot of money in New Zealand, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
I don't think many Kiwis would have 100,000 accessible, do you?
Not many, no. You're looking at like the top 1% or so, maybe. You got some super chats there.
What a fucking... Here we go. We got a super chat. Mac Lobster. $5. Pontiff, there are rumors going around that Rolex is manufacturing many parts in Asia. Care to comment? This has been said for a long time. Okay? And I think what you find, Omega, they had some bracelets which actually said made in China on certain packaging and that. It's not a new concept. It's basically, I think what you'd find is they are very careful to not actually manufacture the whole thing there. Obviously, that goes against the brand, but I think a lot of componentry would be manufactured abroad. Okay, a lot of makers do that. Okay, so highly intensive, labor intensive parts may be done in China. So what do I think? Nothing surprises me. Okay, nothing. I don't think Rolex would actually do that, Bud, because Rolex, they keep a very tight rein on everything they do. And I don't see them doing that. But Let's have a look. I'll tell you some interesting news that's come in. Have a look here. We've got some interesting news. This is from Monochrome. Monochrome is probably one of my favorite sources of information. Have a look at this. The two smoked blue. What do you think of smoked blue? Royal Oak, AP Royal Oak, 41 mil. Look at this, introducing. Look at this. This is,
Wow.
Let's have a look at this.
These are the 41 millimeters, aren't they?
Discreetly unveiled by AP first as Japan-only edition, soon to be available worldwide. What do you think of that smoked blue?
These are very flash watches, you know. Yeah, 41 millimeters, and you've got the integrated bracelet. This would be quite big, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's quite
a
beautiful, beautiful watch. This 41 mil watch, the white gold case features screw. This is white gold. Fuck. It's got the tapestry type dial.
Petite tapisserie, yeah. Which
Presented in
tapestry
smoke dark blue color. Both have white gold applied. Okay, so is this white gold or steel? What's the reference? We'll just have a look.
ST is steel, right?
Steel. Yeah. Okay, so we're saying white gold. No, here. But now here are two white gold, smoke blue Royal Oak self-winding models. It's white gold.
Oh wow. Okay.
So these are Japan only. Fuck. Okay, so the three-hander, $68,000, and the chronograph, €81,000. That's euros.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, AP is at the top of the tray. Another beautiful integrated bracelet watch made of unobtainium to hype prices up.
Yeah.
Anyone else get fed up seeing watches that are either ridiculously overpriced to start with or just can't get at MSRP?
Yes, I can't imagine how much it'll be on the secondary market. You got a couple of super chats.
We've got some super chats. Thank you so much here. Let's go and have a look. We have got MT85, $2. Why build the factories everywhere in Swiss then? I think they would contract. Let's clarify this. They wouldn't. It's like that movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. You don't buy, you just contract out the production of parts. You don't actually have to do this shit yourself. You just contract it out.
Didn't these rumors come out when there was that whole tariff ordeal? That
yeah. Why build the factories everywhere in well, I think they contract certain parts out. I don't think they necessarily make the parts. They have factories, they would contract it out. And we got another super chat from our good friend Tusa for $2. When I purchase a perpetual, one pays perpetually.
very true.
But see, this is where it gets vicious. A lot of these watches, servicing costs, like I hate to think what my servicing cost bill would be. If I sent all my watches off to get serviced, what would it cost?
That's a scary thought, honestly. How much do you think it'll be?
Well, I've got 6 watches. The Breguets would be at
Breguets
least
can't be cheap.
1,000 US each.
Yep.
The Paddock, 1,000. Okay, you've probably looking at about 2,000 Aussie minimum.
Yep.
Then you've got the PAM. The PAM actually was recently serviced, so it's not terrible. The Speedy's relatively new. It's only a couple years old. And then I got the Zenith. Zenith's probably $1,000.
Yep.
So you could very easily have a, you've got to factor this into the hobby, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not cheap.
It's definitely not cheap. What time is it in New Zealand now?
It's 11:30.
Oh, that's not terrible. 11:30 is great time.
Yeah, where's my
I got to tell you, see, that's the whole thing, really. I mean, let's go and have a look at some other ones. Okay, so there we go. That's the AP. This is unobtainable, really, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you like it? Tell me this. Do you like it? Do you think it's beautiful?
I do like it, but I'm not too fond on the 41mm. If I was going to get AP, it would have to be like the 5402, like the 39mm or something. But then again, all of those are pretty much unobtainium for me as well.
Yeah, I think the 39 that would be the 15300 would be the reference.
Yeah, perfect.
I like this big size personally. Honestly, I think this is a very beautiful watch. It's gorgeous. It is incredible. It's incredible. Okay, let's see what else Monochrome has here today. What are they talking about? Let's have a look. Latest stories. Inside Minerva, the hidden gem of hand finishing and chronos. So Minerva, that's the brand that Montblanc took over for their watch production. Okay. Nothing really exciting there. We've got Hublot Classics. Did the Hublots do anything for you?
No. Nothing
No,
at all.
I'm the same. I've got a new Swartz. See this? What the fuck is this? This is just some sort of micro brand.
You got a nice IWC there.
Actually, yeah, we'll come to that. We got the Bulgari. See, I hate the Octo Fuctissimo. That's maple green maple dial. Interesting colors.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind it too much, but I don't know much about Bulgari.
The Vacheron Constantine tribute to the Celestial collection. See, that'd be expensive as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That IWC we're talking about. Oh, they've added a new article. What's happened? Oh, no, that's just they reset. That one's come in. Okay. That IWC, new IWC Portuguese tourbillon retrograde chronograph in Armor Gold. Let's have a look at that. So what the fuck is Armor? Armor Gold. What the fuck?
Not Armor?
Portuguese line. It's a tourbillon retrograde chronograph. First introduced in 2020, combining a 1-minute flying tourbillon with retrograde date and flyback chronograph. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that.
Wow.
The latest takes a different path, emphasizing material innovation. Okay, so what is this? It's 43. This is a chunky monkey.
That's huge. Yeah.
From IWC's proprietary 18-carat Armor Gold alloy with an enhanced microstructure for significantly improved hardness. Okay.
30 meter water resistance. Gotta watch out for that in the shower.
I don't think you take it to the shower.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the back. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Limited to 100 pieces. Yeah.
It's a chunky thing.
Oh, wow. It's really
Ah!
thick as well.
Well, of course, it's a tourbillon.
Yeah.
149,000 euros.
Oh, Jesus. No, thank you.
If you had that, I mean, that's how much is that in Kiwi?
That's quite a lot, isn't it? 149,000? That's almost $300,000. If I had that much, I'm getting a Daytona.
Yeah,
I'm getting a Patek, you know?
almost 300,000
Yeah.
Kiwi.
For the price of that, I could build a much better collection. Just in the price of that watch alone.
Tourbillons. Are you a tourbillon fan?
If they're gonna be that thick, no. Honestly, not. Because that's a really thick watch.
That's a letdown.
Yeah, we got a
Because I
super
got a
chat.
Mido. Fuck, that brand is impossible to sell. You know that?
Yeah, we got a few.
It's
super
like an
chats. No, just a
unpopular
lot,
tag, Hoya. Okay, that's just micro brands.
WC.
Stoa,
Shitter.
the complete history. Okay, history of IWC. Armstrong. That looks nice, doesn't it? I mean, it exposed like that. What do you think?
I quite like that. Yeah.
Okay, have a look at this. Morris Grossman. GMT. Nice colors. Look at the colors. I like that petrol blue, and I like the. Which one would you go for? If you could take one, which one would you take?
I think I'm taking the sandy orange. I think.
Oh, that's good, because I'd want the petrol green if I could.
There you go.
We could have one each. It's a GMT. How's the G? Oh, there it is. That's the GMT is done underneath here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how it's done on the inner track. That's quite interesting. I don't know if that inner track moves or not, but okay, that doesn't matter.
So I think that little blue needle thing between the 12 and the 10, I think maybe that's what moves.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, exactly. What does it say here? This is a Morris Grossman. I mean, they're kind of a boutique micro, but they are watchmaking. Morris Grossman's first GMT. Is that Guilloche? Let's have a look here. To enjoy the Guilloche to the yes, that's Guilloche. Look at that. It's beautiful. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the pattern there.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. The orange is striking, I must agree. Stainless steel, 41 mils. Okay. This is the back of it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that very German silver sort of look. Powered by the in-house caliber. 2/4, 2/3 plate made from German steel. Yes. Do you notice it's got 18,000? That's quite a slower. That's an older.
It's a lower beat,
vibration rate, but that's okay. 52,000 euros. Fuck me dead.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck.
It's not cheap. Maybe not. Not for me. That's Patek money, you know? Get a world time or something.
52,000 euros, limited to 8 pieces in each color. Fuck.
Wow.
Fuck.
The exclusivity.
I mean,
You got a super chat.
Super chat, here we go. ABS 88, £5. Sell Breguet Type 20 and the Classic. Buy Blue Dial Gold Sub. Collection complete. Patek White Traveler. Rolex Yellow Dive. Breguet Rose Gold Dress High Horology. Done.
That's all you need.
Yeah. It's I suppose eventually you have to downsize, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah, it's inevitable. Unless you get like oodles and oodles of money, then you can just keep going, and you know you're bored and you just keep spending your money. I pray that doesn't happen.
I mean, what can you do? I mean, let's be totally honest here. We got Bear joining us back again. Hello.
So what are you guys talking about? I missed everything. I'm sorry, I had a phone call work related, so I could not.
Nah, that's okay. We were talking Morris Grossman. They just released where we were on monochrome. Monochrome, probably the best source of information. Have a look at this, Bear. 2 beautiful GMT. What do you think of that? Tell me what you think of that, Bear.
I don't like it at all.
No?
No. I really
Gillishay
don't.
dial.
Yeah, that doesn't speak to me at all.
I liked it until I saw the price.
What's the price?
I thought it'd be reasonable because it's steel, right?
That's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
The price.
Why does
53,000 euros, Bear?
why does MT85 doesn't have a wrench? Didn't we give him a wrench yesterday?
We did in the ArchieLuxury channel, right? Not in the live stream.
Oh, am I looking at ArchieLuxury channel? Okay, no, I'm looking at AC3 Livestream. Archie, where the fuck am I looking?
I'm doing it now. You go wrench to both. There we go. Done.
Okay.
Done. Anyone else?
There you go.
Hey, look, Black Cat is there. Black Cat is
Let's give Spinnaker one. Let's give Spinnaker one, okay?
Yeah, 100%. Black Cat, that's 10. That's 10. Black Cat is a 10. And Eddie, that's 10 as well. And yeah, that's all 10. That's all 10. Curly
Julius
told me.
Caesar, isn't that Mike?
Curly told me these are all 10. Yeah, he's everywhere. 10 is everywhere. By the way, 10 told me that 10 told me that he's actually able to afford the services. He had his watch serviced, and he also had his car serviced, which was 4,000 and something. And he said, luckily, he doesn't have any dependence any longer from Brisbane.
100% right. That's it, Bear. You know that, Bear, don't you?
What do I know, Archie? What do I know?
That's the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. But I don't know, man. You know what? Actually, this view dial reminds me a little bit. It reminds me a little bit on the watch from. It reminds me a little bit on the watch from our man CB, the Patek he got.
Tell me this: how much? If you had one of these Morris, I think they're beautiful. Would you be able to get out of it, Bear?
No.
Oh man, I don't know. That's not like a market. Yeah, man. I think it will be very difficult because this is probably going to be of the interest only to extreme watch geeks, like let's say like Cashflow or something like that. And it's a very niche market. So how do you sell this, man?
See, I'd be buying secondhand Lange if I wanted German, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you want a German, I mean, is it Lange is the way to go, of course. Even though
Hey,
my favorite German is Steinhardt. I'm joking, Archie.
we got Mike the Snake. Oh,
Hey guys,
I'm teasing you, Archie. Hey,
hey, Mike,
Mikey.
how are you, man?
good.
Actually, I do like Zin. Do you like Zin, Mikey? Zin
I
watches.
love Zen.
Nice
One
watch. Hey, it's a
one of
very
my
cool.
favorite brands.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of favorites. Like I really like Ball for some reason, and I
Oh
really
yeah.
love Zen because Zen has done a number of things differently. You know, with their tegimented kind of shot peened
that's right.
metal that kind of forms a really much more scratch resistant outer like micronic shell. It's just the outer atoms, but they do this tegimented, they call it, process to their steel, some of their steel watches, and then they instead of rubies, purple rubies, in some of their watches they use this dye as something, but it's they use diamonds instead of rubies for their bearings.
I also like their design, and I like what Tobster McDonkey says. He says he would buy the Hanhart 417 chrono, which are really cool chronos. Actually, I think Paul Newman owned one of the Hanharts, and Zim, they make some really cool stuff. And he classified these brands as a high-end shitters. And I like that because they really are
Hmm.
high-end shitters, or
Hmm.
rather like a really today's proper tool watches.
Yep,
So
and they're priced right.
and they're priced right, exactly.
You know,
Yeah, sorry, not
2 3 grand.
Jimmy.
You
Jimmy
know,
corrected me. Jimmy, thank you. It's not Paul Newman. My apologies. Steve McQueen. That's right, Jimmy. Thank you for correcting. I mean, if it was cool for Steve McQueen, Mikey, like fuck me
oh
dead. Who are
fuck
we?
yeah, totally.
Seriously, right? This tagumented steel. I know what is it about, but I'm not sure how they achieve that.
Okay, they take the the case, the finished case, and they you know what shot peening or sandblasting is?
Of course,
Okay, well, shot peening is shooting little micro marbles at the steel, and
right?
as they hit the steel, they make a little crater,
Mhm.
and they just go back and forth across it, and by splattering these little, making these little craters, and then the next one coming along, it makes the outer atoms of the item much more scratch resistant and much more resistant to anything.
Makes
Um,
sense. Makes sense.
and yeah, it kind of has a certain look about it. Because I mean, polishing it out would defeat the purpose.
Correct.
But
Correct.
I believe that is the process, and they offer it on some of their sports watches. I'm not sure if the U1 or the U20 are tegimented or not. You have to look. They have a pretty decent
Yes.
line of watches
Yeah.
of straight sports, dive, like you know, and all with different like subdials and complications. And I mean they're a solid line at a real medium solid price point. Same with Glashütte Original. At least like some of their watches, at least.
Hmm.
They're in the 8 to 10 range. They're not like out there in 50, 60 land.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. It would be really refreshing
And
to see
believe it or not, they actually hold value really well on the secondary market.
which do.
Zin.
Zen.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
Zin,
you
Zin
bet
do,
they
Zin.
do.
'Cause they're not that expensive to start with, Bear.
Well, but they also hold the value, actually, believe it or not, they're like a Tudor level, right? They hold value better than Tudor.
Yes.
When I found a U1 on Craigslist, they were just basically asking for the cost minus sales tax, and it was used. It wasn't like brand new. They were just asking list. They weren't, offering any kind of a discount deal or anything. They knew what they had. They knew what they can get for it, and there's half of 1,000 industries have converted over to partial storefront, partial 10 people in the back room just doing Amazon auctions and selling off, antiques and rings and watches online. Just boom, 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 going down behind the scenes. You have no idea what's going on. There's a lot more business happening than we even can contemplate.
Correct.
Bear, I've got to tell you something.
So I'll be honest with you, Archie. When it comes to German watchmaking, I would be looking at Zinn. I would be looking at Nomos. And then if I'm ready to spend serious money, I would be looking obviously at Lange. I would not be looking at this, Archie. This would not be
Can I show you something?
Of course, man.
So I went to Sydney to drop off some boxes for the watches that I had desperately sold. By the way, Bear, I really do miss the pieces I sold. But I want to show you this. This is a Lange 1. And this price here, I'll just tell you what he paid for it.
It's a beauty.
Nice looking watch, yeah.
He paid low 20s for it, Bear. US.
Well, you mentioned to me that he was asking for you to trade your wall time, which would not be acceptable
Correct.
in my.
Yes, that's correct, Bear.
I would not.
I don't think this is expensive. It's a $90,000 watch retail.
What's the indicator next to the crown? Is it the power reserve?
Yep, power reserve.
Oh, that's cool.
Shit,
So it's like hour, minute, second, sub-seconds, to this date, and power reserve. What more do you want in life?
Yeah. Oh, Bear's gone.
So, Mike.
Yes.
This is such a beautiful watch, the Lange. We got a super chat.
I agree completely.
MT85, $2. Stainless steel GMT Daytona subs. How long stay above retail?
Oh, I got him. Sorry.
Yeah, my phone is going stupid today, man. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
don't worry.
guys.
Bear, this is a question you should answer. Stainless steel GMT Daytona subs, how long they stay above retail? I think it's not so much how long. I think they will always be above retail. But
Well, the order of this is subs are lowest level. The next is the GMTs, and then there's Daytonas, right? You have to exclude the two tones because that is not doing well. It's most sensitive to fluctuations, and I would avoid precious metal as well. At the moment, for whatever reason, people are crazy about GMTs. The 80s just cannot supply enough GMTs. And right now, if you're asking me, is not a good time to be buying GMT on a secondary market because they are hyped.
Yeah, they're hot, so everybody's jacking the prices up right now.
But it is good time to buy subs. They are relatively close to the retail. Even Cermet is doing pretty decent. You can get a Cermet for maybe only 1,500 over retail. And And it's a good time to buy, let's say, SD43, which sells significantly under retail. So these are the things if you're buying it outside the AD. If you're buying it from AD, ultimately there's nothing better than getting a steel GMT or steel Daytona. Now, what future brings, nobody knows. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Even though I just don't like Daytonas, so I would.
Well, you see, Mikey, it's
I would
interesting you
substitute
mentioned that,
Daytona
because
for
if you
sub.
go back in time, can you hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I gotta tell
Okay.
you, Bear, the big problem is, you know what's wrong with that watch, Bear?
He's having audio issues.
Bear? Bear?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something. I think the thing is, how long are they going to stay above retail? I think the margin's shrinking, but that's more the important question.
Oh, you know, Archie, you do have a good point that most hyped watches tend to be the biggest drops.
Of course.
Yep.
Where's the Bateman?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay, I can't see you from the super chat. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm hidden.
Sometimes when I take my mom to the grocery store, and she has to meander through every aisle and talk about like really going really slow, I just go run off and do my thing. But then sometimes I can't find her, and so out of this huge Safeway building, you'll hear this scream, "I need an adult!" I yell that out a couple times, and you know, an attendant comes, and I tell him I'm looking for this little old lady. You know, she's wandering around. Have you seen her? And but I did it just to be funny, you know. But
Yeah. Archie, why don't you buy SD43? That's actually great value for money.
It
The big
is.
boy diver.
It's amazing. I'm looking at revamping my collection soon, Bear.
I mean, you said you want to get a Rolex back. There is no cheaper, like a more under retail steel Rolex than that, and it's a fucking gorgeous watch. And you prefer a little bit to be not too small.
What would I get rid of to pay for it, Bear?
I don't even know what you have left.
3 Breguets, a Paddock, Zenith, Pam, and Speedy.
Say again?
3 Breguets, a Paddock, Pam, Speedy, and a Zenith, open heart.
I would sell Zenith, I would sell Pam, and I would sell 1 Breguet.
I've got the Pam listed. Do you know how many inquiries I've had, Bear?
Probably not none.
They put the Zenith for sale at a watch dealer. Do you know how many inquiries they had, Bear?
Probably none.
I put the... What was the other thing?
I think the PowerPoint of this is it's hard.
Yep, Mikey summed it up, Archie. That's the way.
It's impossible, Bear.
The market's rough, yeah.
Yeah, the way the cookie crumbles, right? It is what it is.
Hard. It's hard.
I had some dickhead offer me $400 for my Seiko. I was like, are you kidding me?
Why would you even sell for that? Seriously, just wear your watch and enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got it listed up for 1,000, so it's just a huge lowball.
So you are actively selling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't wear it that much. It's the 62 MAS.
Yeah,
That's expensive, isn't
grinders.
It's,
How much
it's
are you
not
selling that for?
for 1,000 New Zealand. It's not the original 62 MAS. It's the reissue,
I
reimagined.
The
like
reissue's
I
really
like
expensive.
that watch.
Yeah, it's the same as your one, Archie, but it's got the grey sunburst dial.
Mm.
Mm. So mine's not a 62 mass, but is it?
It is, but it's the Save the Ocean version because it's got that blue dial.
Marcellino, that's a Marcellino gift, right?
No, I bought that myself.
What did
I got it here.
Marcellino?
Actually, I got it here. I got a buyer for that bear. Listen to this. I had it on Facebook Marketplace. At 10:40, he starts texting me.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Can I come over in an hour and buy it?"
Okay.
And I said, "Are you a vampire?"
Hilarious. You're funny, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And I said to him, I said, "Hey, if you're interested, so he's coming tomorrow night. See how it goes."
Well, good luck. Good luck. Mac Lobster is asking me if the Sea Dweller can handle a gyros sucked into a jumbo jet engine. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's a very capable watch. Absolutely, Mac Lobster. Absolutely. And Helgiston says SLA 017. SLA 017.
Oh, this is one of the more expensive ones. Yeah. It's a limited edition.
I'm just going to pull mine up. I've got it here. I got the watch here, actually, because I got it out for the guy.
Why are you selling that, Bateman?
I just don't wear it enough. I really don't
Okay.
wear it enough.
Because you have a Rolex and you pretty much don't feel like Seiko is good enough.
No. I've got the other Seiko that I enjoy.
Which one do you enjoy?
I enjoy my GMT, the SPB 383, which is the Marine Master case.
Oh, I love Marine Masters. I had a Marine
all of it.
Master. It's interesting how they make that watch wear fine, even though it's large. They
Yeah.
really are just so fucking amazing how Seiko is capable to make a big watch ergonomically right.
Yeah, well, it's that mixture of the brushing and the polishing, right?
Yeah,
Here it is.
yeah.
That's a beauty.
Bear, do you reckon I should keep it? Is this a 62 mass? Is that the same as a 62 mass?
It's a reissue, right? Like it's the same case as the 63 mass, that sort of blocky case.
So these retail for about 1950 Aussie.
Yeah.
MT85 has asked a question. So if AD gives you stainless steel sport models regularly, which by the way they really don't, do you keep buying them or go for 2 Grails, Platona, GMT, Meteorite?
Take the fucking steel.
You take what you get. That's my advice to you. When it comes to Meteorite, AD will probably get maybe 1 in 5 years. When it comes to Platona, they will probably get 1 in every 3 years, I would guess. And even these steel sports is not in large numbers, but obviously much larger numbers. You just take it, man. You take it and you appreciate it. And sometimes AD will be open to possibility of you trading your watch back to them to upgrade to another Rolex watch. They like that because they're capable to sell your used Rolex now at a higher price, fetching a premium, right? While they cannot do that selling it directly brand new from Rolex. They would be in breach of contract. So the ADs are often open to that idea. So for example, they sold you, I don't know, Pepsi GMT. Okay, I'm going a little bit too far, but they sold you the Batgirl or Batman, right? And you want to get Daytona. you might be able to negotiate that Daytona by saying, "Hey, listen, are you interested into me trading into my Pepsi to get Daytona?" There's a possibility. That's a one path to take toward those watches. The other path is buying shitload of garbage, because ultimately that will qualify you as a certain spend to be considered for those hard to get pieces. So best thing to do is develop. And when people say develop relationship with the AD, trust me, that has nothing to do with donuts and visits. It's all about the money. You have to spend certain amount to expect something in return. If you are bored and you don't want to do that, and if you cannot afford to do that, and you ultimately are happy with just one good watch, then you do exactly what I suggest. And that is, you find reputable secondary market dealer such as David S.W., who is also sponsor of the show, and one of the most reputable dealers in US. You call them, you tell them that you are ArchieLuxury supporter, ArchieLuxury fan, and that you heard about David S.W. from ArchieLuxury channel, and you buy the watch Safeway. You know it's been vetted, it's been checked, it's been full set, and it's a brick and mortar store. It's a long-standing gray market dealer, and you have yourself a watch without wasting time and spending on other bullshit to package that piece with something else.
Good point. Good point, Bear. I've got to tell you, the thing is, I think you've got to realize is, Bear, these ADs are not your friends, Bear. Always remember that. They're not your friends.
Yeah, that's true. You have a super chat from Tan the Man.
We've got a super chat from Tan the Man. Here we go. Eddie's tucked in text. We've got Aussie expat joining us. Hello, Aussie. Archie,
Aussie.
why does
Hello, gentlemen.
JJ say Bear borrows watches?
Archie, tell us, why does JJ say that I don't own watches, I just
He
borrow them?
doesn't
Please.
like you. He hates you, Bear.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Viciousness.
That's it. Yeah. That's at least it's got better. It's improved. Before it was fake watches, now they're borrowed. Okay. I don't know, Ozzy, how do you borrow stainless steel Daytona, brand new, unsticker it, and how do you return it to AD? I'm just curious. How do you do that? Is there a way to do that?
I'm not sure if he's implying that exact mechanism, but you know, it'd be very odd to just be
Yeah,
able
man.
to borrow Rolexes from a friend.
Oh yeah, that's
good
true.
friends.
That's true.
Aussie expat, I was offered a swap for my world time for a Lange 1 grand. What do you think?
Oh, that's a lot of people's grail. That's a lot of people's grail, but I don't know. You've never been a real Lange person, have you?
Yeah, they're cool.
Mm-hmm. No, the world time's good. World time's good.
I agree with you. World time is good. It's yeah.
I agree with Bear on that. Like you kind of get what you get and don't get upset. Now, if you're like on the chase for something like really rare, and as Bear points out, like 5 years between deliveries, there's no point trying to and ah the stuff in the middle. You know, you get what you get. Probably like it, not like it. I mean, it's not going to make that much of a difference ultimately.
No. I've got to tell you something. Watch market's very tough at the moment. Watch market is tough. You looking at downsizing, doing anything sensible?
I think there's a lot of prices that are upticking, actually. I'm seeing a few.
Watch
Yeah.
market is down, but Rolex market is stable.
Yeah, more than stable. Like I see a few pieces here and there, a few $100 here, a few $100 there. There's a lot of models that are actually starting to uptick. And, you know, like it's kind of overdue. I mean, everything is going up and the US dollar is down. They can't hold the same dollar amount forever. So who
Yeah,
knows?
that's
Who
true.
knows?
You have a super chat, big boy.
I've got a super chat. This is from William Gaudrian. €2. Art still sniffing the dirty panties. Thank you so much. You
Hey, Arch, do you remember when she made you a little bag or what, a purse from her panties?
Oh yes, that one was extremely weird, that girl.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was pretty hot, actually, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, no, nuts,
Go-
absolutely nuts. MT85, $5. Batman, Explorer 2, Polar, James Cameron, first 6 months, and Pepsi promised before end of year. So that's why I asked. Batman, Explorer 2, Polar, Batman, Explorer 2, James Cameron, first 6 months, and promised Pepsi.
That doesn't sound like a lineup for a Pepsi, but it could happen. It's not the worst lineup before getting a Pepsi. It just seems a little too, I don't know.
What other garbage did he have to buy, Bear? I don't understand it.
Well, okay, this is not bad lineup at all. I mean, to
Not
get a
bad.
Pepsi. I mean,
But it just
he's
doesn't strike me as something like the dealer owes him anything. The Pepsi's really hard now.
yeah, right now for sure. The only loser here, not loser as a watch, but loser value wise, is James Cameron. That sells under retail. Explorer 2 is kind of break even point, a little bit under retail. Batman is a winner. But they're cool watches. I mean, I had to buy way more fucking garbage than this to get my watches. So this is not a bad deal if there is no other attachments. So would I do this? Yeah, I would do this. Yes, I would
I
do
would.
this.
It just strikes me as odd that you would get a Pepsi after this amount of spend. Like, there's nothing wrong with the watches. It's just the spend seems a little low.
It's a very low spend for the Pepsi.
Also,
So if they really
the
do this for
Batman.
him, he's lucky.
Yeah, also the Batman. That's a
It's
huge
hot.
issue, honestly. You can't.
That's hot watch.
No, the issue is it's also a GMT Master 2. You can't get the same watch twice. Generally, all rules are meant to be broken, but in this position, it'd actually be easier to get a Daytona. I'm not saying it's easy, but I mean, the fact that you've already got a GMT Master 2 sort of puts you out of the running for some other collector that hasn't received a GMT recently. And we are talking recently, within 6 months, maybe sooner. Like, who knows when he got the Batman? Maybe it's his latest watch. There's no way you get a Pepsi after getting a Batman.
There's no way you get a Pepsi after getting a Batman. Maybe he's got some special secret sauce.
Yeah. I mean, I was always told that I couldn't get a Pepsi, and not that I asked, but I was just curious, like, well, what are the rules and stuff, and that I wouldn't be able to get a Pepsi for a long time, and that it would be easier to get a Daytona. And that is what I did, but I did eventually get the Pepsi after about 3 years after getting the Batman. But it was 3 years, not like 6 months later.
Getting the Batman.
Yeah. I think that's sort of a red flag, like, honestly.
Wow.
Good if you can, good if it's for real, but I would say that, like, alarm bells on not really enough spend to be promising a Pepsi, and also already having gotten a Batman in the last 6 months. That seems, I would question both items in terms of the SA would be doing some deep stretching to make that happen. Seems unlikely.
Yeah, deep.
No, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a boutique, or I don't know how this works. He has another super chat, Archie MT85.
And Jeff the pilot as well.
MT80. Actually, we got one before that. Jeff the pilot, $2.
Oh, sorry,
Says,
guys.
Archie, please, what does your world time look like? I'll bring it up. Guys. I will show it to you. Here we go. I was actually looking for the best photo. There we go. That's in the collection there. There we go.
Beautiful.
That's the 5/1 30G white gold world time.
Oh, you
And
did a
that's also my
spring chart as
collection
well.
there
Yeah.
from a while ago, Bear. You know what? You know what I can't understand? Why wasn't I happy before, Bear?
Well, you're never happy.
That's the joys of this fucking hobby. We just get bored and we see new things that we like and we just keep buying.
Oh no, not everyone. I mean, okay, happy is a strong word. I do know people in our hobby who are content. Like Ozzy is content. He feels good. I never seen
Yeah, I
him
feel
like
good.
being on. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Happy is a strong word. Fucking collection is not gonna make you happy. I am never happy, and I keep fucking borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, and I never seem to be content. Archie, you are degenerate. You are complete degenerate when it comes to this. You literally buy a watch with the concept that you're gonna sell it. The moment you own the watch, you're thinking to sell it. When you sell it, you're thinking about rebuying it. Your whole watch career has been kind of a big fucking circle jerk. Super chat.
Super chat. Here we go. We've got MT85, $5. I wanted it this. I wanted it. This is just this year. I have way more spend promised a Pepsi from manager. Everything I've gotten, I've asked for in less than a year.
Wow.
Is this in US, MT85? You don't have to super chat. Is this in US? Like this is, and is this boutique or is this the AD that has other brands? Because I would assume if this is AD with the other brands, he would stir you in the direction of buying the shitters. Just a thought. Um, Let
I
me
don't know what he
know.
means by I have way more spend promised. I don't. Does that mean I like? There's no
He's
punctuation, so he has way more spend than the watches he's listed. Is that what's being
I
said?
think I think he's trying to tell us that he will spend more after Pepsi. I'm guessing here. I don't know. It's a bit unclear. He'll clarify and we'll see. Archie, you have another super chat from Tiger Tail.
Tiger Tail, $10. Thinking of getting the Blue Dial Daytona as a milestone present to myself. Would be my first precious metal piece. Our gold bracelets durable to wear a few times a week. Office setting.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
depends how
especially
rough
new
you are on
Daytonas.
them.
Yes. 100%. You have no
Yeah.
problem with that. It's
So
it's
so
a
the go
yeah.
ahead, Bear. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a misconceptions that they're too soft. It's kind of pushed too much into our community that solid gold, the precious metal Rolex is too soft. It's wearable, especially as you say, you're an office worker. You're gonna get some scratches just like you would get on a steel. It's softer than steel, but it's not even close to the way some people created to be a nightmare. Uh, I also think that's a gorgeous watch. The blue dial
Mm,
Daytona with a bracelet. Oh my goodness, you just could not pick aesthetically nicer timepiece.
they're very beautiful, but especially on modern stuff, and I assume he's talking brand new. All of the gold bracelets have ceramic sleeves, so the wear and
Yes.
tear just doesn't actually happen on the bracelet. It's got ceramic sleeves to protect it, and yeah, it's good to go. It's durable.
Yeah, Tudor was using ceramic ball bearings on their detents for their clasp, um,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
it's interesting to hear that is it Rolex that they're now using ceramic bushings on all the links because it's just a much slower wear situation.
yeah. I'm surprised that Rolex hasn't put ceramic on the clasp at this stage. I mean, it doesn't seem to be a problem, but it does seem to be the superior option, except for the fact that those ceramic ball bearings are moving parts. You know, there's a spring behind it and so forth. So, you know,
It's meant to reduce the
that's
sag, right?
on the clasp bit. No, it's just how the Tudor clasp locks in. It's just got little
Oh,
little
right.
ball
Sorry.
bearing
I thought we were
ceramic ball
talking about
bearing
actual
details.
bracelet links. Yeah.
Yeah, the bracelet links. Yeah, the Rolexes have the ceramic sleeves, but the Tudors don't. But the Tudors don't only have a single gold watch. I don't think it's a full gold bracelet, so it's not really a problem for them yet.
Yeah.
Even the one that they have, it's a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Aussie expat, how many Rolexes do you own currently?
I don't keep count.
That
Wow.
let me translate that for you, Archie. He doesn't want to tell you.
No, I can. I mean, I have to look it up. It's just I don't, because you're also saying.
Oh, we lost him.
I'm uncomfortable with that question. I don't like that
I
question.
gotta ask you something, Bear. When is the time in your life you say, fuck this?
Right after you read my favorite super chat of the night.
The Rancher, $2. I'm using ceramic on my bike, Bear.
Rancher. Cliver. Thank you, Cliver. You never let me down.
I don't know why I wasn't happy
Where's
when I had
Goldberg?
this.
Where's Goldberg? Is Goldberg kind of like taking advantage that I'm on, so he's kind of taking a break? Is this what's happening?
I don't know. Sometimes he's busy,
Yeah.
sometimes he's not. By the
Okay,
way, I washed my jumper
Well, Mark-
last night.
Oh, that's
What?
good.
What do you?
And that black t-shirt, the woven and the paddock t-shirt, I put them in the wash as well.
Mm.
They won't repel the termites as effectively.
Exactly.
When is
Bear,
the
I've got to tell
termite
you, I really
bullshit
do
going to be
miss.
done? When is the
Sorry?
termite bullshit? When is the termite bullshit going to be done?
No, I'm waiting on a report from the plumber. We've got to fix a few little issues.
Okay, man. Good thing you have a lot of money, so that's going to help. What did you want to ask me?
Good thing I have a lot of money. Where from?
Well, I'm assuming because you don't really care for 10 to return, so I guess you're doing well.
You know, Bear, sometimes it's good just to stand on your own 2 feet.
Right.
The price was too high. It's not that I
Right.
don't want him back. The price was too high.
Right.
Arch, I cranked the numbers down. It's 13 Rolexes for the family.
That's pretty good.
Impressive. That's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive, man. And
Do
those
you
are
consider Tudor Rolex?
No. But my wife's Rolexes are Rolexes.
what do you mean?
As in, I count her gold Daytona as one of the Rolexes in that number.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a man's watch.
It's a unisex watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a man's watch, Bear.
Women love Daytonas. They loved it.
Yeah.
It's a man's watch, but
They also
some
wanted
women
to
like
burn their
things.
bras too, Bear, but look how that worked out.
Yes.
I call my yellow gold Daytona an Al after Al McPherson. She famously wore a yellow gold Daytona for a long time, if not.
She was gorgeous in the day.
Yeah, and the head of Homeland Security, she's wearing her gold Daytona everywhere. She was at Alligator Alcatraz, and that El Salvadorian prison wearing a gold Daytona. It was awesome.
Dr. Phil wears a gold Daytona.
Oh yeah.
He wears Cartier and a number of things.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
got a gold
in,
Cartier.
Yeah.
and a
His,
gold
you know what was
Daytona that
his
I've known.
favorite brand in the early days?
What's that?
He was in the early days. He was Invicta guy.
Oh
No.
my God!
No
Yeah, yeah.
way.
Yes,
That,
sir.
Would have been old
that must
Invicta,
have been
right?
before he'd figured, he'd been spent more than like 2 minutes in the industry and
Well,
changed
see what
gears and
happens
everything.
is once you start making money and you start hanging around people that have money, you start also
Yeah,
learning about the
hey,
watches.
hey, you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody were offering me millions of dollars to just say, I love my Invicta. Right?
No. This
Fuck,
wasn't
I'd
at
do
all.
it.
No. He wasn't promoting Invicta. He loved Invictus. He was actually wearing that in the very early part of his career. That was the watch of his choice, not because promoting.
We need to clarify something
Oh,
quickly, though,
wow.
right? Would this have been like the old Invictus, like the really old ones, or like the really tacky new ones?
The tacky shit.
Oh, okay.
Does it really surprise you when you look at that guy? Does it surprise you that that guy would have been wearing something like that? Think about it.
Not really.
Yeah.
Because I remember Invicta did have some actual decent chronographs. Some
Yeah,
they
I
weren't too
know,
bad.
there is something, but when I say Invictus, I'm talking the Gladiators and
Yeah,
all other
the
fucking
tacky shit
garbage.
ones. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm.
I'm shocked that Dr. Phil ever. He strikes me as someone who, one, I don't really admire, but two, would go straight to Rolex. Yeah, interesting.
Well, he's got the gold blue Daytona,
Yep.
but he's also got the gold square Cartier as well.
Hmm.
Those are the two that I've identified.
I got to tell you, the thing about Dr. Phil is that he's Oprah Winfrey was the one who got
Yeah.
him the gig, and you know
Right.
Dr. Phil is 74 years old now.
So Dr. Phil is kind of like your Tim Wright. You're Oprah, okay? And Timmy is Dr. Phil. Would you agree,
Yeah.
Archie?
Hmm.
Kind of.
Yes. Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
That's an interesting analogy.
It's Dr. Phil. What's happened to Dr. Phil? He's still making stuff, isn't he?
I'm sure he hasn't stopped. There's been a lot of scandals over the years. I mean, he's kind of turned into basically Maury Povich. You know.
A little bit, but not with so much contrived drama. It's just like serious topics, you know.
Fuck me, that's really like Archieverse. Kind of like Archieverse. Kind of
No, I
like
mean,
Archieverse.
what? Cash Me Outside Girl was a serious thing? I don't think so.
Who was Tan then? Jerry Springer? He just sort of made people fight? No, I'm kidding.
It seems pretty fake at this point, the Dr. Phil stuff. There's not really much help involved, and like a lot of the scouts are really exposing that, you know, they really didn't help anyone on the show. Like they had a suicide or something after a show or something. It was real, like,
Oh, jeez.
pretty foreseeable, basically, of the way that they're, you know, treating people.
That's terrible, man.
Oh, man.
I thought they do quite a good job in helping people's.
That's the perception. They want Dr. Phil to look like a guy who is not exploiting these people, but that's
He's brought them
not
the
what's
light.
happening.
He's brought them into the light. He's, you know, opened their minds. He's fixed them. They're on their way to recovery.
There was a big scandal with the rehab clinics that he was supporting and sending people to, and them being places where just people were being abused, and that's it. And then, you know, once it's found out, it's like, oh, I didn't really associate myself with them at all. My production crew didn't pay and send people there.
I think some of these people are nut jobs, you know, whack jobs. You deal with whack jobs long enough, and they're going to always throw mud at you, aren't they?
100%.
Yeah, it's true too.
You know, I mean, some of these people are whack jobs, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not sane, are they?
Yeah. But I mean, he's trying to be a billionaire off it. That's all. So, no harm done, right?
No, Pickers actually says that Dr. Phil is Republican, so woke Hollywood turned their backs as a result of it. I can see that. Because if you are slightly going against anything that is Democrats' liberal agenda, in showbiz in Hollywood, you are pariah. You're immediately pushed aside. That's a fact.
Well, there is that other TV doctor who is a little bit more.
Dr. Oz?
No, a guy who was really into like interventions and drugs. The doctor Oz did pretty straight medical content, but this other doctor, I forgot his
Mhm.
name, but he was
Is
completely
it the
awesome.
young guy from The Doctors?
No, not that young. I'd have to look it up. But
Like maybe 30, 35.
Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you, Ozzy? I wanted to ask you that Tudor. Have you given that to your wife yet, or no?
37? No, she might get it next to you. I
Can
do
you
recognize that it's
can
basically
you
what ladies watch, but
please, for the love of God, I'm begging you, and this is like an intervention kind of. Please give the lady that watch, and please never wear that watch. Okay, I'm begging you. Okay,
Which
this
watch
is
is
this.
this?
I'm begging you. You know, I respect you. You know, I care.
it's too much fun, Bear. It's a lot of fun, honestly.
Mm, it's
It is a
nasty.
very fun watch.
It's so
Very, very
feminine. It's so feminine. It's almost like a lady boy. Oh, there I said it.
right. I mean, you
Which
have to
one
be
is
very
this?
comfortable with yourself
Yeah,
if you're wearing a
I
watch.
seen it in the AD. And in all honesty, I'm not what I'm saying. I'm doing a bit of a shtick, but
Yeah,
I could not wear that watch.
I understand that. I understand that. You know,
Eh,
it's for a certain place and time. If
dude,
it's on a man,
we're talking dial is like sparkle. You know when the teenage girls
it
like
is.
they glue the sparkle thing? That's what it fucking reminded me of. I'm not kidding you.
Do you want me to
I'm
get
not
it?
kidding.
We're going to talk
Yeah.
about. We may as well get.
Of course, man. Are you kidding me? That's the point. That's the point. We have it right here on the stream.
But
So
you know,
you
right at the moment, I'm a little bit, you know, just on the
The bipolar.
farmland and just doing
Nice.
doing the rough
Bateman,
and
you'll see
tumble.
it. Bateman, Patrick Bateman would never wear that. Oh, what's that? Explorer 2?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Explorer
polar.
2.
Great
Beautiful.
beater. Great daily. Great daily. Archie, what do you think about Explorer 2? You miss it?
I love the Explorer 2. I think it's just such a quintessential non-douchebag Rolex. I love it. I really do miss mine, but hey, you know what? If you have to sell a few watches in life, is that really so bad?
Do you think I should get one, Archie? I could sell my Explorer 1 and get the
No,
40
I would
millimeter.
keep what you got. I love that watch.
You reckon?
Beautiful watch.
Okay.
It's simple. It's you. Don't ever
It's
just
a
keep it.
true GMT though. It's awesome. I like that.
You know what I think the best thing you could do is to add one in the future if you are well enough to do it. But don't ever sell your Explorer 1 you've got.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that's
Oh, look at that
there it
bear. That's
is.
the new Tiffany dial. Steel bezel.
Archie,
Wow.
it's a sparkle dial. It's like a little girl's doing the sparkle work.
It does
See the
glint a
thing.
little bit.
Look at
Ranches
that.
on the stream, bear.
Cliver! I never called
Hey, I've got a
him
quick
ranch.
Mike Bear. By the way,
Yeah.
I've got a quick question. Archie,
Yes.
have I been on lately to pay my respects to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay, just checking. Thanks.
Did he watch, huh?
That was actually not Fike Bear. That was Fike Archie. That was yeah. It's and look at how. Oh God, that's so much. That's so feminine.
Roger has
Like
some quick humor.
It's a lot.
I like
It's a lot.
it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
I would
I
like it if
mean-
the bezel wasn't completely glossed, you know?
But that's because it's meant to be. The ladies love that stuff.
Well, it's not gloss. It's full mirror. It's mirror
Yeah.
polished.
It's very
not
shiny,
even-
you know, but high polish.
Archie, what do you think? What do you think? Would you wear this?
I love it, bear. I love it. Who doesn't
you
love
wear
that?
I know,
I mean, you
man.
just
I know.
gotta wait for, you know, the weather to be like it is outside, you know? It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
The
And then you got
Tudor,
to go to a nice place. This is not for working on your car with.
the Tudor chronograph, which is the Tiffany dial, the Tudor chronograph, and the Tudor chronograph pink dial. I actually kind of like those, but they're done differently. They're kind of robust,
Yes.
okay, but the and also the dials are very like lacquered, and I like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, there's
believe it or
no
not,
sparkles like you say.
they're still hard to get. They're not easy to get.
I think they've gotten very, very hard to get.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wait a second. Is one of them discontinued? That's. I'm not sure.
it's hard to tell what they've done with the pink. It feels like they have been discontinued, but it's not official, but it feels like though not many of those have come out in the last 12 months. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and also the flamingo blue, like that doesn't seem that common. It probably more than the pink, but
Do you
yeah, who
have any of
knows?
those? Do you have any of those too?
I got the pink.
Nice, really
I got the
nice.
pink, but
You got
it was
both.
only
That's why you
because,
got
I'm on a
the Tudors,
first name
didn't you?
basis with
You
the
love the
director.
Tudors.
Sorry?
You love the Tudors, don't you?
Yeah. And, I tried not to buy as many of them as I do, but, just individual models just keep blowing me out of the water. I just love them. It's a really irrational thing, they're not worth much in total, but I love them. I love them more than a lot of my Rolexes, I do.
It's
I have to jump off for a second. My apologies.
no,
Mm.
that's perfectly okay there. Aussie expat, I wanted to
Mhm.
ask you something. Are you ever fearful of servicing costs? Like you've told me you've got, okay,
Yeah.
is servicing a concern?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I haven't been a collector of luxury watches for that long, so a lot of things are falling off on warranty. So I'm keeping an eye on which things are falling off and making sure I wear them to make sure that, they're not already broken and I missed an opportunity to get them serviced while the manufacturer is still on the hook. But yeah, it totally does concern me, and I will. See, it's kind of funny. Like for example, I think there might be something wrong with my wife's Daytona. Like marginally, like it's
Why do
doing
you
plus
say that?
3.4. I think it might be running a little fast, right? From a technical perspective. But you know what? We wind it up, we go out for dinner in the evening. It would never really be a problem. You know what I mean? So it would depend. I think if there was a problem with my Submariners or the Explorer 2, the kind of thing that I'm likely to wear for like weeks on end, that's one that I'd want to make sure is in tip-top shape. Some of the other stuff, it kind of doesn't matter that much because I'll probably only wear it for like a day or two at a time. There aren't, so I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I'm not
fair point.
clamoring to get them. I'm not clamoring to get them. I think that the Rolex service costs are getting pretty high.
Do you
I've
ever
heard that a
wish, do you
steel.
ever sometimes wish you just had one Rolex you loved and wore every fucking day?
I think it would be cool, but I don't think that person is me. Like I saw an older gentleman who had I think it was like the 16520, like the previous, maybe, 16520, so previous generation Daytona and steel. And he probably had it for like 20 years. It might be his only watch. I thought that was pretty cool. If you just wore a Daytona and steel every single day and, had the wear to show that, I thought that would be the coolest thing on earth.
It's the Zenith Daytona.
And every day you wore a Daytona. I mean, how does it really get any better than that? So why not just do that? But, there's something stupid inside where I'm like, I just like, a less flashy watch here and there, or if I'm going
cool.
out, I want something flashier, or, it's just, it's fun. It's fun. So while you can maintain that lifestyle, it's fun. But it shouldn't be forever. I think you go through stations in life. Eventually, maybe I'll go down to a few, but
How
it's
many do you
not,
see
not where I
yourself
am.
going to?
Like I don't want to leave a problem for anyone. You know what I mean? So definitely before I'm, in the grave, I should have sold
How many's
almost everything
enough?
off. Sorry?
How many's enough?
I think whittling it down, probably finish with the steel Daytona and just that'll
I
be
gotta
the
tell
only
you, can I
watch.
tell you my strategy? Can I tell you my
Yeah,
strategy, Aussie expat?
yeah.
So I've got a beautiful LV watch box 8, and I've also got the briefcase. Okay, 8.
Mm.
So I really think 8 is enough from that TV show. 8 is enough. And even I used to say 8 in the box, 1 on the wrist. I'm thinking, no, 8 all up, right?
I think that's actually
And
the limit. I mean, anything above that, it's very, very difficult for the watch to matter and fill a role. I've definitely noticed that every watch I've added after 8 has been just cannibalizing some other watch in terms of
I got to
time.
tell
So
you, I've at the moment I have no rush. So I basically I wanted to get rid of some debt because
yeah.
I tried a few things in the business. It didn't really work. I
Mhm.
did some extra travel and I did a few things. I went to Geneva, which Geneva was amazing, but you went there as well.
Yeah,
If you weren't sick, I would have seen
I
you, but
know.
that's okay. Don't worry, don't worry,
It was
I'm just
awful.
giving you a hard time. I must say, by the way, I just love the suede blue. This
Oh,
was a
that's
strap
nice.
I got in Geneva. I got that in Geneva, the blue, just
That
the
is nice.
distressed suede, genuine Pam strap. You know what I'm thinking? Really, I really think to myself, 8 is enough, right? The box, the full. So
Hmm.
I think sometimes it's good to get up. I think in the watch hobby, you need to sell stuff to appreciate. It's not always easy to get out of watches, to appreciate. It's not like sometimes you see prices on chrono and go, oh geez, I'm sitting pretty, but that doesn't mean you could easily sell it for that money. That's what somebody's
Yeah.
unsuccessfully trying to sell it for, because if it was
Hmm.
successful,
Exactly.
it had gone. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I think the big thing with me is I'm kind of thinking, you know what, I wanted to try the 3 breguets. I think that's enough breguet. I think 3 rose gold breguets is beautiful. World time, I've always loved a Patek, and I think a Calatrava or a world time that's just beautiful. You know, that's just a beautiful. I don't want a perpetual or an annual because I'm so anal. I like to have the date right.
Hmm.
I don't like to wear it. So that's one thing I must say I love about a no date watch. You don't have to set the date. You don't have to fuck around with it.
Yeah.
I would honestly say one of my favorite, I like to try different things. It's sad. I got rid of Rolex, but I really needed to pay some bills. You can't always.
How accurate is the world time, by the way? Like, do you know?
Well, it doesn't have a second hand,
Right.
right? So,
And you would rarely find out.
and
How,
again,
Orders.
it's
how would
like
it go?
you said that I don't really wear it continually, weeks on end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
How would it go
wouldn't,
if
like,
you
while
threw
you're
them on a
traveling,
Sunday?
go like traveling for 2 or 3 weeks.
But I mean, everyone
won't
says to me,
continue.
"Oh, you got rid of Rolex, right?" But the thing you got to realize is, I got a Patek, I got a couple Breguets.
Yeah.
I actually got the Zenith back.
Hmm.
Okay.
You see
Wow,
the view
this
there?
is your backyard.
No, I'm at a friend's place.
That's his backyard?
Yes.
How rich? How much land does he own? Does he own the
It,
mountain or not?
no, don't. That would be pretty sweet.
How
Yeah.
far does his land go?
It's small. It's small, but it's enough, you know. The kids are having a lot of fun, that's for sure.
This is in what state is this in? Just tell me the state.
Washington.
That's fucking beautiful. That is really beautiful.
Yeah, doesn't get much better than summer up here in Washington State. It's you don't want to be in other parts of the year, but summer it doesn't get much better.
I got to tell you, for me, I think I've sold my role. I mean, we've got Bateman on here. He's a young guy. He's got one Explorer, and I kind of am always envious of somebody with one Rolex.
One Explorer would be an option. Like there's a few watches that you could just like that can be your only one. Explorer would be a very tasteful one, for sure. Very tasteful.
It is, but I'll also tell you, like, I only have one because that's all I can afford. I can't afford to have multiple at the moment. I traded to get to this Explorer.
What did you trade? Tell me that. What pieces did you trade?
Well, I started with a Pelagos, the 42 millimeter with the blue dial.
No, I got that one.
watch.
Yeah.
I traded that for a Speedmaster Racing on the rubber strap.
Yeah.
And then I traded that for a Date Just with the quick set and the sapphire crystal.
What size?
It was the 36. It was the 16233 with the two-tone.
Yep.
I got rid of that because they had a really saggy bracelet. And then I got the Seamaster Professional Diver with the black wave dial and the ceramic bezel.
Yep.
I didn't like that. It was too thick, too blocky, and so I sold that, and now I have the Explorer.
Did you lose money along the way or broke even? How did it go?
Oh, I lost a bit of money. Yeah, I lost a bit of money.
All of those sound like a losing, like going from the Pelagos to the Speedmaster Racing. Well, no, maybe you made money on that one.
Did you
Speedmaster
trade
Racing.
or you sold directly?
I traded.
We got a super chat. Mac Lobster. I was just waiting for Bear to come back. Bear, top 3 fruitiest watches.
Oh, he's gone.
I think you'd have to say Rainbow Daytona. You would have to say, yeah, because it's got all those precious.
It's got
stones.
the rain. That's a cool watch. You know, that's insane. But I don't know if you'd call it fruity.
I would say, what else would you say there? Fruity.
Literally
Rainbow
the Tutti Frutti, the
Daytona.
Yachtmaster, with the different gems, the different colored gems.
Yep.
I don't think it's a full rainbow.
Yep. And what else? Give me one more.
Pearlmaster. That's a fruity one, I think. Something a bit different.
There we go. We got MT85, $5. One and done would be a nice calls from the AD. Get less excited. Use it unless they're great. One and done would be nice. Calls from the AD get less exciting unless they're grail pieces.
Yeah, it's well, the target for a grail just keeps moving, doesn't it?
On this vacation, did you take a couple watches with you?
No, they all went into the bank, and then this is the only one I took. I didn't intend on having more than one watch, but the Tudor release happened while I was traveling, so yeah, okay, I've got 2 watches now while I'm traveling. I don't recommend it.
So you went to a local Tudor dealer who'd never dealt with before and bought it?
No, my dealer back in Vegas called me up and said, "Do you want it?"
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, Tudor aren't Rolex, so for their, I don't know what kind of rules they have, but they're willing to ship to me at least.
Very good. I must say,
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was very good.
I think
I was very
young
happy.
Bateman here. I think, you know, having one Rolex Explorer, I don't see that as a negative. You know that I
Yeah,
think that's a beautiful bond to have one watch. It's like the guy who has 20 Ferraris. There's always people richer and there's always people poorer than you
yeah.
in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like there was a question asked, like if we had like a big watch meetup, a lot of watch aficionados, and for sure I've got a lot of watches that are more expensive than the Explorer. But if I was going into like a real horology, you know, meetup or something like that, I'd choose the Explorer
I'd wear
because, you
my
know, it's just
traditional Breguet.
Yeah.
right.
It's
Yeah,
really about bringing
yeah.
the watch that you have the best connection with, you know?
Yeah. And look, everyone's seen a Daytona and a Pepsi and all this kind of stuff, you know, like they're not rare ultimately, but then the Explorer is just tasteful, it's respectable, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
I mean,
good
at the same
point.
time, though, for me, this is like the sort of peak of the pinnacle of my collection until I find something else,
Yeah.
which I was considering parting with it, and I had a
But
few options.
I consider the Explorer like one of my fanciest watches. Like in terms of watches that I would take out to like go to a really nice restaurant with, it'd be
Yeah, yeah.
Explorer 36, the Daytona, and the Gold Daytona. It's sort of like that's the spread.
Well, that's the thing.
And
I actually did want to get mine swapped for a 36. That was
Mhm.
one option. I was looking at the 36, or I was looking at the 40mm Polar, or I was looking at Omega, another Seamaster, but I was looking at the No Time to Die because I actually quite
Oh,
like
the
that.
Explorer is like way better than all of those. I
You
don't really
reckon?
care about the price and value. Like the Explorer is way better than all of that.
Yeah. I just love the look of the Seamasters, honestly. I do want another one. I just didn't like the bulky bracelet that the steel one came on. It was just so way too bulky. It didn't have any taper to it. It was just
Oh,
too
there was
big.
a steel No Time to Die?
No. I'm just
Oh,
talking about the
sorry.
regular
Okay.
Seamaster. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
metal
think the
one, yeah.
current Seamaster's just awful. You know, their peak, in my opinion, was like the 2000s. Like, I honestly think that
You
the
reckon?
Seamasters at that time were, you know, head to head with a Submariner of that era as well. Like, I probably would have gone the Omega in that time, except
Yeah.
for value retention. Even at that time, it was already known that, like, okay, you get the Omega because, yeah, you get the watch that you like or whatever, but you would pony
Yeah.
up a little bit more money for the Rolex
Here's
because,
a
you
good
know, over
thing.
time it would be worth it.
Horror breakdown. Remember, for 2 months, all a man needs in life is a two-tone blues. I think a two-tone blues is a great watch.
That is a great
Very
watch.
cool. Yeah.
That was the watch that I wanted. Like when I was living in Switzerland in my 20s, that was the one that I sort of focused in on. Ultimately, I decided it wasn't the right time in my life to buy a luxury watch, but that was the one that made me really, really think what I wanted.
Yeah.
Good point.
I got to try one out, and they're beautiful watches. Very
Mm.
expensive though.
I
They
remember
are.
going to like an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet in Sydney, and there was this probably a lawyer just on his own enjoying his lunch, and he had these bluesy on. I thought that was fucking cool.
Yep.
I thought it was very fucking cool.
Get the fuck out of my way. I got a bluesy. Yeah.
Now you just think he's another douchebag.
If he abuses the waitress stuff, you know, then you figure it out if he's a douchebag or not.
No, buffet. There's no
Okay.
wait staff in that.
Yeah.
Do you think
Serve
the
yourself,
solid
yeah.
gold bluesy is so much better than the two-tone? What's your view?
Oh, I love that watch. That's a beauty.
Yeah, having had more time with it, yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. There's a sort of a statement about it that you don't get even with like a gold Daytona, you know.
Yeah.
I think the yellow gold Submariner is probably the ultimate solid, best bang per buck. It's hefty, it's weighty, it's just such a beautiful piece. And I even prefer it to a day date, which the day date is quite a bit more money.
Yeah.
Super
Especially
chat,
now, I think you can get.
Steel,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, $10. One piece collection consists of a Pepsi bought at retail. What would be a good second Rolex if? I tell you what, he's got a Pepsi bought at retail.
Yeah.
You'd have to add a sub of some sort, wouldn't you?
Sub's kind of redundant in terms of look.
But I mean,
not
you
unless he's
think
got the
about it.
Jubilee.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a Pepsi. You'd add a sub. You got a diver and a GMT. That's all you fucking need.
Yeah.
Then you just add a speedy. I'd get a no date sub.
Why
No
don't they make
date
the 30
sub.
dials anymore? I
Sorry?
wonder. Why don't they make the 30 dials anymore?
I think they just kind of, it goes in and out of fashion. They're kind of a bit, you know.
I think what you might be missing from a Pepsi is just a simpler watch. So for me, I would say something time only. So it'd either be like Explorer, Air King, or one of the OPs is what would pair up really well.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should get rid of my world time for a solid gold sub. What do you think?
Oh.
Is a Patek better than a solid gold sub? What's your view on that?
I think in your collection,
similar money, similar.
Yeah. I think in your collection, the sub would give you something that your watches currently don't get you, which is a way to flex on the pause.
Yeah.
You know, all your other stuff's worth a lot, but no one would ever, unless they knew what it is, you know.
That's
Solid
part of
gold
the fun of
answer.
it.
So it depends if you want that. But you're right about the price of the yellow gold sub. I mean, I would definitely go for the 11 series. I like the look of the lugs better. Some don't, you know, whatever, but I prefer the 11.
The 11
I do
series.
too,
What do you mean
actually.
11?
Sorry?
The previous generation. He means the previous generation, not the new ones.
No. You're talking the
Yeah.
40 mil. 40 mil.
Yeah, 40 mil. I like the big lugs. You know, you want the chunkier look. You're getting gold. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, no. It's got, and it got the gold writing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go that, and I think you can get that for low 30, maybe high 20 if you're lucky, depending age, I guess. That would be really cool. That's not a lot of money, and you get the most FU for the dollar.
Yeah.
And
You've
look,
got
you
a couple gold pieces, haven't you? You got a couple gold Aussie expat.
yeah, but between myself and my wife, but my only gold piece is the Daytona.
Wow.
I don't think I need more than one.
You got any two-tone? You don't have any two-tone, do you?
No.
You don't even want
I'm not hugely against it or anything like that. It's just for the most part look, I don't know. I don't know how to word it in a way that doesn't come across as you know, snobby or something. It's like I've got the money to be able to get the gold, and I think the gold does look better. So, you know, I like the gold. Like I would go full gold for sure. But that's if I really even cared about having another watch like that. Like if I wanted a gold sub, I'd go the full gold sub. I think the two-tone is incredible, but I don't. So it'd be better if I needed a piece that was a little bit more, you know, one and done. You know what I mean? If I was going to whittle down to a single watch, it wouldn't be a full gold piece. Two-tone would be acceptable for you know a one watch collection, right? But if I'm not having to force it to like this has to be the watch that I wear at all times, then it can be a special thing. So the full gold makes sense.
I've got to be honest with you. Sometimes full gold, it's easier said than done. You know, there's something steel, honestly, I think is probably the best metal. You Titanium. Are any of you guys titanium people?
I got some titanium watches, but I wouldn't rate it above steel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think steel is such a great metal, but don't you? Like it's so
Yeah.
versatile.
The way that it wears though is really quite pleasing. You know, I find that the scratches on titanium are quite ugly. So yeah, like the steel, it doesn't scratch that easily, but the way it does scratch is really not unappealing. It sort of, I'm not going to say it looks better or what have you, but it's not unappealing the way that it looks when it builds up, you know, its wear.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta tell you honestly. I think, you know, I've been in your position there, Bateman. Oh, look at these up here. These aren't that cheap, are they? Oh, it's Aussie dollars, 50,000.
Mm.
They're a
Look at
beautiful
David
watch.
SW. I'm sure David SW has one in stock.
This is the 40 millimeters with the gold text, you know. I think that's perfect.
They're a beautiful watch, I must say that. They're fucking gorgeous, gorgeous. We got Gary J, $3.50 New Zealand. Aussie, tell us your Rolex collection. What's next?
Basically, I've got all of the sports watches, so there isn't really much next. I've asked for a platinum Daytona for many years now. Whether it will ever come isn't really
That's
a
a
huge
lot of
problem.
money, isn't it? How much is that? Do you
Yeah,
want
it's a lot
diamonds
of
or no
money.
diamonds?
I prefer no diamond, but I think it's between 76 and 84,000 plus tax. So it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's enough money that I would say if I never get it, I wouldn't really regret that happening. I wouldn't regret that. Oh, geez, I've got an extra,
Fucking hell.
90,000 in my
That's so
pocket.
much money.
Wow.
Hey, it's the cost of exiting the game. That's what that is. That's an end game watch, hopefully.
Sorry, so would you go for the loom dial or for the baguette dial?
Yeah, I can't afford to pay the electric bill every now and then, so I need to be able to see my watch in the dark.
Fair enough. There you go, 165 Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they come to Australia. They come to Australia. There's a Rolex grey dealer. Yeah, well, I don't know what grey means, but there's a Rolex dealer in Melbourne in Springvale, and I went to their showroom and they had a platinum Daytona. I was so tempted, but after adding the taxes and stuff, and it wasn't going to work out. But yeah, they end up in Australia. That's for sure.
Yes, they do.
Insane.
I think about like I would love to have one 6-figure watch. I'd like to have one. I'd like to wear one at some point. Wear that on a plane, and then nobody knows what the hell it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I completely get it. It's
and then just daily drive this. This becomes your one and done. Screw all the other watches.
Yeah. Yeah. We got another super chat in here. Tiger Tail, $2. What about full gold root beer? I love the root beer, but for me, I like the blue. The blue just goes so well.
The blue?
It goes so well with the yellow gold.
The full gold bluesy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I just wish that they put the chocolate dial on that watch. Without the chocolate dial, I just don't really feel that it's the real root beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the old root beers.
exactly. The older ones
With
from
like
the
the nipple
80s and
dials and
70s.
the different bezels and yeah.
So it's close, but right now it sort of fills the gap for a lady looking for a sports watch, honestly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like that's where it's sort of whittled down to.
$5. Speaking of Explorer 1s, is the 36 considered to be more tasteful classic versus the 3940 models? For me, 36 slightly too small, 40 way too big. I think the 36, to be totally honest with you, I've owned a 36. What's that? The 14270.
Hmm.
It's a great watch, but I think the 40 or 39 or 40 is so much more perfect. I think the sweet
Yeah.
spot's for 39. 39. I mean, I'm being honest.
I think they're about the same. I don't think there's a big difference between 39 and 40. It's just on those Rolex measurement things. But look, you do whatever pleases you because no one's going to really care about the classicness unless you care about it. Personally,
Yeah.
whatever it is, do not kid yourself. The 36 is a small watch. It's actually 35 millimeter. It is a small watch, but sometimes you just want a small watch. So that's what I like it. I like
That's
it.
the
I
thing.
like that
See,
it's a small watch.
I've got the 39 and my wrist fluctuates around like 6.5, maybe 6.7 inches. And I feel like the 39 might be a touch too big. Like I like the idea of a 36, and that's what I'm considering going for.
No, don't ever do that. That's silly.
I mean, it's the same thing, man. You know, it's the size that I like.
I
It's the
got to
exact
tell
same
you,
thing.
I think you got to remember the 36 was out when Pateks were 33 mils. So it's all relative. You know what I mean? The funny thing is this.
Yeah.
In the day, do you know when you're in a jet traveling at 900 kilometers an hour, it feels so slow? Why does it feel so slow? Because reference points. It's because you
Yeah.
don't see the land below moving quickly. It's the reference points, right? And that is the reason, right, that when you actually, like with an Explorer 1, that was a good man-sized watch.
Yes.
And even Mark Goldberg, he said when he was buying a two-tone, he got the date because it didn't even occur to him to get the 36. He got a 34, right? Didn't even occur to him. That was just, nobody really cared. Now the sizing became such a big issue. And I mean, Pams, they were the ones who the big size came in. Pams, 44 mil. This is a 47, by the way.
Wow.
Monster. This is a Herman Monster watch. It's like a clock. But the good news is, I can actually see it. It's one of my favorite watches there because I can see it without glasses.
I doubt this is a problem for Black Cat, but if this might be like a one and done and something you might pass down in time, like you genuinely just keep it, and there's no reason you should ever really sell an Explorer, but the fact that it is this sort of unisex size means that if you have a daughter, it's a granddaughter or something like that, like it can be passed down generations more easily than something that is quote unquote more masculine in size. It's one last consideration. That's why I like the older Daytona.
Yes. Another super chat there.
Fair point there. Very, very good point there indeed. We got Jeff the Pilot, $5. What is everyone's thoughts on watch protective films? I hate it. I actually think they can do more damage than good because sometimes those protective films, they can trap, dirt can get stuck under them and they scratch. It's like a car cover.
Yeah.
And next thing is they can trap moisture in there. And also it's just so douchebaggy. Just wear
Yeah.
the fucking thing. If it
Yep.
gets banged, it gets dinged. Whatever happens, happens. Just enjoy
They
Yeah,
are
just
your
made
wear
to
watch.
it.
be worn.
Yeah, I mean, are you going? Does anyone have a life that's truly long enough to be wearing, you know, plastic on their beautiful watch? It's like
There's
life's
nothing. I
too
think
short.
nothing. It's like you go to your grandma's house and she's got that plastic on the sofa.
Yeah,
When are you
and
gonna
all the
rip
plastic
it
will
off
be
and
there
throw it
until she's in the
sofa?
grave. There's no point at which it makes sense to tear it off. If you put it on, you'll be doing that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's like having a good crockery set. They never used it. It was too valuable to use. Then they, it just goes to a garage sale, which
Yeah.
nobody wants because it's not dishwasher friendly anymore.
Yeah, you're protecting it for the next douchebag.
Yes.
Look, the last one on that is, unlike other collectible items, the difference between a nearly mint condition watch and one that's heavily worn, that gap isn't that wide. It is there, but it's not that wide. And do you think a dealer's ever going to give you the benefit of doubt where you think it's near mint, they just say, it's a good condition. You know what I mean? Like you'll never really walk away winning that argument. You may as well just wear the watch. You'll never get, oh, look at you. This is pristine. You must have had stickers on this. Fantastic. We'll give you an extra $500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have the $500 of enjoyment.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We got Chris Chang, $2. I got a 116710 LN and a mint date just 41. Which Rolex next? Oh man, I'd get a sub. No date sub, Chris. So he's got a GMT. What's the
He's got the
LN?
GMT
That's
black.
Batman, isn't it?
You
That's
can't
the
get
That's the
Bat.
black bezel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the black bezel, not Batman.
green
It's
hand.
It's original black.
Black.
Yeah.
A mint date just. Get a no date sub, man.
But that looks exactly the same as the black.
Yeah.
I know, so cool. Stealthy, wealthy.
I say
I
get
And the
go for
wife won't
something
even
fun.
Pick up on it. She won't even bitch.
or a
'Cause she'll
bluesy.
just
How
assume
about
it's the
bluesy?
same one.
I think you got to go casual and fun. Either like get a colorful OP or a Daytona. You just got to have more fun.
We
No,
got
don't stop. It's
Gary
not gonna be much
J,
different.
formerly Gay J, $3.50. AC3 compare Aussie's collection to Flipper JJ's. You know, I think with JJ, the thing is with his collection, he's at least having fun. He tries these things, flips it for this. I gotta respect the guy, even though I may not see eye to eye all the time with him. He at least is enjoying the spread.
It's true.
Aussie expats never sells nothing. I get it, you know, because you bought a lot of pieces, and you're also very much a Rolex man. You don't buy AP, you don't buy Patek. You just stay in your wheelhouse. Just stay in your lane. You've been fortunate.
I've been jealous of JJ's collection here and there. Take that for what you will. Yeah, he really tries a lot of things, and he's gotten a lot of things that are very coveted, very hype. And I respect him for knowing himself. Like he knows that there's no such thing as the final version of his collection. So, you know, he knows what he wants as much as I know what I want.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's you know, I think each to his own. Whatever makes, like in my case, I've just sold a few pieces off, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's actually, I think the perfect number for me is 8. That's it. I got to put a ceiling on it. I like to have a ceiling. I sold a few off. I needed the money.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can't buy something back again. You know what I mean? Like, I like to have fun with my watches.
8's a lot of watches, you know? Like, it's a lot.
8 is enough.
Yeah.
We got another super chat here. MT85, $2. Is Vacheron as durable and reliable as Rolex? Vacheron, Breguet, Patek Philippe, they are beautiful. They are next level horology. Are they as durable and reliable? No, they're much more delicate. Much, much more delicate. This is the thing about Rolex. Rolex is like the Toyota reliability, Lexus Toyota reliability compared to, it doesn't have that fine haute horology, intricate work, but they're very, very reliable, robust. Even comparing steel sport like a Vacheron overseas, it's nowhere near as robust as a Rolex. Now, that's not to say it's inferior. What I'm saying, robust and durability and reliability. Look, I think the best cameras is going to be a Leica or a Hasselblad, but Nikon is kind of, that's a camera famous for just being reliable and working, you know?
That's what I've got. Yep. The ZFC.
And yeah, well, Muhammad Ali wore a small tank Cartier. I think he gave. Now, the reason is everyone wore small. That was the size. That was the size. People should wear what they like, not follow trends. The trends, that was the standard size in that day. But in all fairness to Muhammad Ali, that was the men's size. That was it. That was it. They only had, the date was 36 mil. That was it. There wasn't bigger or smaller. There was mediums. There was lady size, medium, which was what, 30, 31, and 36. That was it. There was no 41. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
And tastes might actually be getting bigger. So I saw, a reel, a YouTube short of this woman very excited to get this new 1+1 smartwatch. And she was like, oh, it's fantastic. Now it's in 43 millimeters. And she was like, now that it's this smaller size, I get to enjoy it a little bit. But I'm like, oh my God, what's going on?
43?
So yeah, like that's the reduced version. And now that's appropriate for ladies. So on the horizon, maybe things get bigger again, because like so many are going to be coming from wearing a smartwatch, and they are tending to be quite big, and that's what people are comfortable with.
I think reliability and durability. Okay, so these are two different things. Vacheron makes some beautiful. I love Vacheron is such a beautiful. Like, I would say Vacheron, Patek, Vacheron, Breguet, Lange, and AP. Okay. They are all just superb, spectacular. The level of horology is way above Rolex. It's like comparing a E-Class Mercedes to a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley. It's next level finish. Now, does that mean it's going to be, just because it's next level, it doesn't mean it's going to be as durable or as reliable. So, but I think you've got to try and look. I try and look after all my watches. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing a Breguet, a Rolex, or a Patek. I try not to ding it deliberately into things. I try not to do stupid things like go swimming with it. Even Rolex, would you do? I generally don't take them in the water, even if I've got a bluesy.
I put them through everything. On this trip, it was
But you buy
about
new,
freezing.
they got materials in that there, It's sort of. We got
I
another
went
ship
to
now.
Hot Springs in
Pete Card,
Montana.
$10 Arch. What's the best dial
Sorry, Archie.
for the older two-tone 16013? Arch, what's the best dial? You know what? The 16013, that's the plastic quick set. So you're talking early 80s, okay? Early 80s, best dial. I actually had a 16233, which is the quick set sapphire version.
That's the one
It
I
was
had.
silver with diamonds. I think, oh, that's nothing special. It actually popped. Champagne dial, that's the gold sparkly dial. They are incredibly. I remember I had a date 36. I had a black dial with Romans. It looked gorgeous. I couldn't fucking sell it I changed the dial to champagne, and it sold very quickly. And
Yeah.
that's
I had the
kind of,
tapestry dial, and that went like butter.
they just
Super easy to
fucking,
sell.
I don't know what it is. People like this. People, it's the most it's the most common, but it's also the most wanted. You know.
I think you can't go
That's
wrong with
what I kind of.
tapestry, right? Because they don't really
No,
make
that's
them like that anymore.
tapestry is a special version further, but I
The
must
tapestry is
say
on the 16013.
you can get a tapestry, but champagne is just a kind of a sparkle. It's not a tapestry is a special version. We got another super chat. Thomas Burnett, member for 9 months. Aussie, what brand you buy if Rolex didn't exist? Brigade! Oh, we've got me muted. Sorry, you're muted, Aussie expat.
Oh yeah, I was on mute. Sorry. Thank you, Thomas. I feel like saying Tudor is like a huge cop out, so I won't do that.
Oh, interesting.
That's a tough one because it really comes down to reliability for me, and I've not really been enthused by many. I might have to say Omega. That's the only question that you'll ever ask me that I'll say the answer is Omega to, unfortunately. It might be Omega.
That's the way to go.
No, it's not.
Oh, come
Rolex
on.
and Tudor do exist.
They do, but I tell you what, if I sold my Explorer, that No Time to Die just lives rent-free in my head at the moment, so I
That's a
love that
great
watch.
watch. Titanium as well.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful watch. That I gotta say, if it wasn't for Rolex, and I have a love-hate with Rolex. Some of the people in the community, such douchebags. You know what I
Vicious, isn't it?
mean?
That's the Rolex crowd, yep.
That's kind of pisses me off. I think there's a lot. You know, I really, really, I like specialized things. Specialized. I think Omega is a great. I love my Speedmaster. GB 50 Max. I have a new Polar 2 Explorer, Pepsi two-tone Sea Dweller, and a 16800 sub. What would you recommend for?
Ooh.
Got Explorer 2 Polar, Pepsi two-tone Sea Dweller, and we've got
Daytona.
a vintage, that's a vintage Sapphire,
Yeah.
early 80s sub. You know what? I would be looking at, for a fifth, I'd be looking at some sort of chronograph. Because you've got GMT, 2 GMTs, and 2 divers. You need to add a chronograph to have the full range there. I'd say
Dina Daytona.
it depends on the money. But a Speedy,
Yeah.
I love, a friend of mine's got the white dial Speedy. I love it, man.
Mm.
Would you
Just
ever get that?
something,
That's
right?
something, it's the Panda Speedy. It just pops.
Oh, I love that
Unfortunately,
big
it looks really good. It looks really good. For
Why is that
GB here, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't add anything. He's got all his bases covered with those watches, like in terms of you go out, you've got a Pepsi or the two-tone Sea Dweller. You do something rough and tumble. Almost all of them are good except for the Sea Dweller, perhaps. Yeah, he's got his bases covered. I wouldn't be clamoring for something that hard.
Yep. Where's Archie gone?
I'm just checking.
Yeah. But
Opening
if
the
you had
garage.
to, the Daytona's not going to hurt too much. But, like, I think the Sea Dweller in two-tone, that's such a flashy watch. It's, that's the one that you're already going out at night with. Anyone not seen the Sea Dweller 43 in two-tone, that watch, quote-unquote, has energy. Like, it has a
that'd be huge.
lot of
Yeah.
energy. That is a fun piece. It does not behave like a two-tone. Like there's nothing subdued about the Sea Dweller 43 in two-tone. It is out there.
Yeah,
Good piece.
I would like to see a Daytona in that lineup, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, it's so hard though. I mean, he's already got a Pepsi, which sort of satisfies this sort of cool
Yeah, I mean, you got two
sports
GMTs in
watch.
there, two divers.
Yeah.
I think a chronograph would just sort of round it out nicely. Maybe a solid gold chronograph and just keep it as the one chronograph.
I gotta be honest with you. I love Omega. I think Omega makes some great stuff. Do you have to stick with Rolex for everything, but?
I don't think Omega beats Rolex until you start looking at secondary prices. Like there isn't any like Omega that I'd say, oh, I'll get that over this until you start like getting concerned about
Speedy
prices.
Tuesday. Look at the Speedy. Don't you love that?
Beautiful.
Come on, I got to tell you something. Bateman, for you, having a Speedy with your Explorer would just pop.
Yes,
It's manual one. Your Rolex is auto. It's a chronograph. The Rolex is three-hander. It's, man, get it. Just get a bank.
I think aesthetically that they're very similar watches. I know they're completely diametrically opposed in terms of their function, but aesthetically they're very similar watches.
They would work well together. I agree. Actually, no, I'm not sure.
I think they're too similar.
You need to send it here, and I'll figure it out.
I think they're too similar. Like I often compare the Explorer to the Speedmaster, just in terms of aesthetics. It's just a cool stainless steel sports watch. Neither are in your face. They're both great for most things, except the Speedmaster's not great for everything sports, unfortunately.
No,
I love the Speedy. I love the Speedy.
It's just not waterproof, but that's all. So,
because when I had the racing dial, right, I thought, this is all I need for a Speedy, but I was really just coping. It wasn't really on the same level as the Moon watch. So,
that's the automatic, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it was the caliber 3330 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It just wasn't enough for me. And I think
the Speedy works better on straps, though. I got to say that the Speedy works better on straps. The Explorer, I prefer seeing it on the bracelet, but the Speedy can give you a lot of options on straps.
Yeah. Another super chat from Yankee.
I must say, that's the thing that annoys me with Rolex is they used to make it easy to change straps and do things. Now, I mean, Rolex used to originally, you could buy the watch with different they encourage different bracelets, mix and match, swap this, do this. Then they went real nasty and said, "Oh, don't mess with the watch." They moved the pins so NATOs don't fit well now.
Mm-hmm.
On a modern Rolex, NATOs do not work. On a modern Rolex,
yeah, I agree. And there's also engineering marks where between the lugs are just sort of unsightly compared to even just a Seiko.
Yeah. Well, I guess the NATO's not fitting well is bad news for Mr. Rodent who sells the NATO straps.
I think
that's a good point.
I really love just simplicity of it. I just find it sad that Rolex has moved away from encouraging you to put NATOs. And I used to love a NATO on a no-date sub, the 1406. So I used to love mucking around with it, doing this, doing that. It's just such a cool thing. Yankee Doodle just bought an Omega 2503.80 for 2,500. Thoughts? Let's have a look at this.
That's the Aquaterra. I'll pull it up.
Aquaterra. Oh, I like it. I like it. It's quite a nice. I think the 80 is the blue, isn't it? That's a nice. That's a nice watch. That just a
That's very cool.
nice.
Yeah.
I like the broad arrow hand. I don't think that's dear at all. 2.5. He's talking US dollars. I don't think that's bad at all.
That's a nice piece. Kind
Yeah,
of
that's
reminds me
nice.
of a of like a Grand Seiko, maybe. Sort of.
I'd really
Mm.
love that new blue OP in 40 actually. Or I don't know, 39, 41. It's not even accurate anyway. But I do like that new blue, that blue on steel, like the sort of matte blue on steel. It's a cool look.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
Very, very cool indeed there. Guys, it's time to wrap this show up. We had a great show. Bateman, thank you for coming. Aussie Expat, thank you for coming on the stream.
It was a pleasure.
It's funny. Aussie Expat's got big collection. I've got the medium collection, and Bateman's got one Rolex.
I'm the small fry here.
No, but I got to tell you, sometimes I envious of having, I really wonder, has it been the greatest of investments? And I got to be totally honest with you, Bateman. No, it hasn't.
I can sympathize with that, but not quite on your level. No.
Prices have gone down considerably, and it's kind of I look back on people who have one watch. I think Explorer 39 or a sub, no date sub, that's just the perfect one and done. Like I see some YouTubers who are in the car genre, and they have the same Rolex on, like a 1680 or something like that, and you just think, fuck, what a way, what a great life lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
Whereas I'm flipping this, doing that. It's kind of, guys, remember to upvote. Please upvote now. Please upvote. I want to thank everyone who's super chatted today. Let's go. Eddie Tucked In Textiles, Rich Mitch, Spinnaker, MT85, Mac Lobster, MT85, Tusa4, ASB88, MT85, Eddie's Tucked In Textiles, William Gaudriam, MT85, Jeff the Pilot, MT85, Tiger Tail, The Rancher, Mac Lobster, MT85, Horror Breakdown, 10 Seal, I'm Sorry, Gay J, Tiger Tail, Jeff the Pilot, Jeff Chang, Chris Chang, I should say, Gary J, MT85, P Cars, Thomas Burnett, and GB and Yankee Doodle. That's the show. We will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, check out Rusty's watches to compare prices, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate. Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury here. Today, guys, I want to share with you a great website that I use to check out watches. That's right, guys. I don't know about you, but I am somebody who wants to keep an eye on prices and see where the market's going. And the best website for this is rustyswatches.com. rustyswatches.com. Now, what it does, if you're in the US, Australia, the UK, Ireland, Canada, it will list recent listings so you can see new watches as they come to market. Not only new listings, but recently price drops. So if you're keeping an eye on the watch of your dreams, Rusty's Watches is the place to go. If you've got a special watch you want and you want to get the best possible deal you can, I'd highly recommend Rusty's Watches. Now he's got some instant buttons. Patek, Breguet, Omega, Rolex, Cartier, to name but a few. Click on Breguet and it shows us recent new listings for Breguet. Hey, here's one at watch Finder, watch Finder has, guys, I am doing this advert to deal with my termite problem. That's right, guys. I have a bit of a termite problem. But guys, check out rustyswatches.com. This is the best place to get an idea of the market. Off the market. That's right, guys. Termites confirmed. Yes, this is, check it out, rustyswatches.com. Check it out, guys. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you guys think of that.